What's up, everyone? This is King Crypto, and today, I'm sorry, and today, the hell is that? Oh, that's my ROI doubling. That's my coins increasing in value. Maybe 10xing by the end of this year. I don't know about you guys, but this breaking news makes me hell of a lot more confident in what I'm saying now. It's not like I wasn't confident before, but now I get to tell people that have always doubted me and doubted us that, hey, guess what? Bitcoin's a lot more legitimate than you know, because the owner of the New York Stock Exchange has announced that it will list a physically settled Bitcoin futures contract. Okay, that's just a sliver of the news. I think the real big news here is that they are also forming a company called Bakkt, BAKKT, that will integrate with the Intercontinental Exchange's U.S. futures market, as well as partnering up with Starbucks, Microsoft, BCG, and many more to create a mainstream financial asset out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has always been in the shadows. Last year, we saw a pretty big rise, an intense market condition for Bitcoin, parabolic movement. However, we didn't see much adoption. We just saw a lot of people that wanted to make a buck, and that's fine. But really, for Bitcoin to stay at those kind of levels, we have to have more technology, we have to have more adoption, and more people to understand how to use it. Now, this is groundbreaking news. It might be the biggest news of 2018, unless the ETF does come out, in which case this will probably be second. However, you can imagine that if you go to Starbucks, right? Starbucks is part of Bakkt now. They want to make it so that you can buy Bitcoin, or you can sell your Bitcoins at a Starbucks to buy coffee, or send some of your Bitcoin to Starbucks to buy that coffee. It's clear that there is a trend moving into the direction that is favorable for Bitcoin. And this is something we've been seeing the past month. Well, this is August, so I have seen this in June and July. Just this growing interest, like these hints that the people on top are giving us. Like BlackRock CEO creating a blockchain team to analyze Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. J.P. Morgan, or was it Goldman Sachs CEO, talking about how he wants to implement more cryptocurrency options for people that are in that financial sector. And now we see that ICE, or Intercontinental Exchange, which is one of the biggest names in finance, wants to be a big part of this. And this is a big signal for institutional investors, because now they don't have to be as hesitant to take a bet or to take a chance on this asset class that is cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is really leading the way now, and I can't really, I don't know exactly why it's happening all at once like this, but I'm not complaining. It's great to see that this is happening. In order for Bitcoin to continue growing at the rate it's growing, we have to see these kind of developments. We have to see Bitcoin become adopted. All right, guys, I'd like to take it to the Bitcoin market price right now. As we can see, last week we were at 8,000, which was really great, and we steadily dropped off to lows of about 7,300. I believe it even got lower on other markets. But based on this news, once this news broke out, we can see we went up a few hundred, and it's continuing to go up slowly but surely. I assume as more people get off from work from wherever they live, we're going to see a lot more buying into Bitcoin at this point. I would be very surprised if this news doesn't push it back up to 8,000 or even further. I'm not a financial advisor, but that seems to be the only logical thing that would happen based on these results. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Apple. Apple is now a $1 trillion company, the first U.S. $1 trillion company of its kind, which is really cool. And it's important to note that Apple at one time was considered risky. Massachusetts in 1980 barred the sales of the IPO, deeming it too risky. Imagine that, right? One of the most valuable companies in the world right now was once considered too risky. And I think that tells a really tall tale about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as well. The internet back in these days, well, it was not nearly what it is now. And I don't think anybody could have predicted what we were going to be able to accomplish with the cell phone as well. I don't think anybody could have told you even in 1998 that we would have phones that could literally do almost everything we wanted it to do. In the sky, right? Talking to people, seeing their faces, recording things. This would have probably been considered unheard of. But here we are. And that's why Apple wasn't risky in the long term. But we can't see the future. But we don't have to make the same mistakes that others have made in the past. Bitcoin is valuable and it's worth this 130 billion market cap for a reason. And this is going off of a cryptocurrency who we don't really even know who made it or the group of people that made it. This is an anonymous creation that is now being considered a worldwide global currency. You know, that takes some perspective to just think how far we've come already with Bitcoin. But this news, it's very clear that the people on top realize there is a lot of money to be made in the cryptocurrency space, and that's why they're taking advantage of this before somebody else does. And now this is a beacon to the rest of the financial institutions to start taking cryptocurrency a little bit more seriously and to treat it like less of a stigma. So just understand that no matter how many people may doubt us as a group, we are very similar as people. I just know from going to this crypto convention a few weeks back, and I'm finally getting to meet people that are interested like I am. And it's clear that we all do have a lot in common that we may not realize, but we're all visionaries in a sense. And we're all seeing the future that very few others can see right now. So I want you to just remember that even when Bitcoin doesn't explode or moon, it shouldn't always be about the price as much as it should just be about hoping to see it become something bigger, something more special, because that's going to drive the price a lot more than you just worrying about, oh, what's Bitcoin's price today? If you're in this space like I am, if you're watching this video and you're interested, you should know as well as I do that this is a long-term thing. All investments really should be considered long-term. And Bitcoin is the leader, essentially, of the cryptocurrency market. So when we see insiders and the New York Stock Exchange, the owner saying it could be the first worldwide currency, as well as creating Bitcoin futures contracts at the end 2018, which is one of the biggest exchanges for future contracts, by the way. And we see this groundbreaking announcement. I don't think that it can't be put to the wayside anymore. The interest in cryptocurrencies far exceeds any stocks, anything else. If you search it on the internet and you look up what people are interested in when it comes to finance, it's clearly cryptocurrency at this point. This is what the news talks about more and more because this is the future. So what we should be worrying about more at this moment in time is making Bitcoin mainstream, talking about why it's better, why it's safer in a lot of respects than a lot of current fiat currencies. That's what I'm in it for. Of course I want to see it go up, and of course I want to make money. But I also realize that that's not what it was designed to be. It was designed to be a form of payment. And we can use it as a gold or like kind of like a asset, like a gold kind of digital gold. I don't know, I couldn't say that right, but you get what I'm saying, I hope. We can use it as a store of value, but it's meant to be used as payment, and we should really be pushing this more, because the more people that own it, the more it's going to go up anyway. So that's about all I got to say about that. I'm so happy to see that this is happening, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe and comment, do all that stuff. I would love it to see more people being into this community, and try to get your friends involved. Make sure that people aren't missing out, because I think we're going to see bigger things, especially with the ETF on the way. I think this is a really big signal that the SEC really has to consider this ETF decision with a little bit more legitimacy. So that's about it, guys. I'm King Crypto. I'll see you on the next one. Let's get cryptical.